You're about to start engine 1 while a last payload change occurs. The APU is supplying bleed air. Normally, during engine start, the ECAM engine page is displayed. For training purposes, we have called the ECAM bleed page for you. Start engine 1 by clicking on it. Engine 1 is running as indicated on the ECAM bleed page and on the engine warning display, read the title of the failure. The ECAM caution Pack 1+2 fault with packs inhibited by doors appears amber because at least one door is not closed. The two pack flow control valves will remain closed, cross-line amber, as long as a door is open. This is done to prevent the packs from pressurizing the aircraft with one door open. Note, on the air panel, the amber fault lights in the pack 1 and 2 push-button switches are not illuminated. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear air. As you can observe on the status page, packs 1 and 2 are indicated in amber in the inoperative systems column. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear status. ECAM action completed. You are now the pilot non-flying and currently flying at your cruise flight level. Everything is normal. This is a demonstration of a Pack 1 overheat in flight. Click on the forward arrow to activate the failure. On the engine warning display, read the title of the failure. The ECAM caution Pack 1 overheat appears amber, meaning that an overheat has been detected in Pack 1. The ECAM bleed page is automatically called. Observe that the pack flow control valve has closed, cross-line amber. This occurred automatically when the overheat was detected to protect the pack from damage. The compressor outlet temperature has also turned amber because the temperature limit has been exceeded, and high flow is automatically selected on the remaining pack. On the air panel, the Pack 1 fault light is illuminated amber to help you locate it and to indicate the overheat condition. The pilot flying will ask you to perform the ECAM actions. Perform ECAM action. When Pack 1 is turned off, the off light illuminates white in the Pack 1 push-button switch. But notice that the fault light is still on because the overheat is still present. The next step in the procedure is a condition. When? Before doing the next action, we will have to determine if the pack overheat is no longer present. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear air. As you can observe on the status page, the condition is repeated, and Pack 1 is indicated in amber in the inoperative system column. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear status. ECAM action completed. Later on, you are still in cruise. Normally the ECAM cruise page is displayed, but for training purposes we have called the bleed page. You observe that on the air panel, the fault light in the Pack 1 push-button switch has extinguished, and the compressor outlet temperature indication is green. So we can conclude that the overheat is no longer present. Therefore, you can turn Pack 1 back on. Switch on Pack 1. Everything is now back to normal, and the pack is reset. Now let's see other pack abnormal indications that you can encounter. You are in flight and the air cycle machine of Pack 2 has failed. In this case, a bypass valve opens automatically, allowing the air to bypass the air cycle machine. The bleed air is now cooled by the heat exchangers only. Notice that on the ECAM bleed page, the bypass valve is indicated by a green arrow. And on the engine warning display, the amber message confirms that Pack 2 is operating in bypass mode. Note, on the ground, with an air cycle machine failure, ECAM will advise you to switch the affected pack off to avoid an overheat. Click on the forward arrow to continue. You are still on the ground, and this time both channels of the zone controller have failed, as indicated on the engine warning display. On the ECAM conditioning page, observe that Pack Reg appears in green, meaning that the temperature is regulated by the packs only. The packs deliver a fixed temperature of 5 degrees Celsius. Pack flow and temperature selections are lost, and all temperature indications are also lost. Click on the forward arrow. Pack low flow indication pulses green when there is not enough flow from the packs to reach the selected temperature, as transmitted from the zone controller. We will finish this module by presenting the failure of a cargo isolation valve. Click on the forward arrow to continue. You are in cruise. Everything is normal. This is a demonstration of a cargo isolation valve failure. Click on the forward arrow to activate the failure. On the engine warning display, read the title of the failure. The ECAM caution, Forward Cargo Isolation Fault, appears amber, meaning that the ventilation is lost in the forward cargo compartment because either the inlet or outlet isolation valve is not in the selected position. On the cargo air conditioning panel, the amber fault light is illuminated to confirm the disagreement of the valve. Also notice that no ECAM page is called. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear conditioning. No, press. As you can see on the status page, the inoperative systems are the ventilation and the temperature control of the forward cargo compartment. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear status. No, press the ECAM action completed.